Thank you, Mr. Squirrel. And now I'd like to take up this time to bring up the last speaker, the whip for the proposition side, Pierre Guerci.
Mr. Chairman, dignified members of the jury, efficient, yet perhaps not so irreplaceable bellboy. It's just a million minus one compliments for you tonight. Members of the opposition, I just don't see where you're opposing benefits for your country. Fellow members of the proposition, ladies and gentlemen, I am no millionaire. If I was, maybe I would have had somebody iron my suit before I came here. I'm just a random French student who happens to be friends with these guys. And when I think about all the elite schools that are represented here, I'm impressed by one thing: the students. You students in the audience, your creativity, your energy, you're intelligent. Gentlemen of the opposition, these students are the main driving force of the economy, because they will be young entrepreneurs and enlightened researchers. And they are not millionaires. Once they do become millionaires, they'll probably be useless again because they'll have done their one thing successfully, and then they'll revel in drinking and prostitute, just like Briany's dad. But then a new generation of young non-millionaires with new ideas will take over, and so on. So now, Mr. Dunn, our economy won't suffer from the escape of millionaires, especially as their business will remain French and contribute to French GDP, as my brilliant colleague Sneha emphasized. Current millionaires, at some point of their life, they were creating, now they're just presiding. And they can do that from across the channel, and they won't be missed. Now, as our brilliant Prime Minister made clear, it is not about the 75% tax per se that they should leave. Aurélien justly said that the tax is a mere political decoy meant to appease the anger of the people. That is simply not going to work, because it is just symbolic. And if people like symbols, they still need something real to happen to face the crisis. And politicians are too busy with turf battles to really care about the long-run outcome of their policies. And it's not like things are great and we can relax and enjoy their catfights drinking wine on sunny rooftops. Gentlemen of the opposition, the 75% tax will increase tax revenue by 0.2%. 0.2%. What change does that provide? No, thank you. Most likely because a bad business cycle can last for about 50 years, no problem. In 5 or 10 years, the situation here will just be dark. Paris will be as rainy and gray and as gloomy and ugly as London. Hollande will just look like a big balloon, and on TV you'll see his teeth black from the chocolate he eats all day to feel better. Franck Ribéry's face will have deteriorated to such an extent that the only job creation in France will be for vomit cleaners in football stadiums. Well, actually, no, because you will have moved to England, so we won't even have to witness that. The truth is, my brilliant colleague Sneha is right to be afraid, because with no jobs, no hope, and no cash, people will be angry. I will be angry. And we'll take it out on those that are better off. That's just the rule of nature. That won't change. Maybe I'll be in one of those organized mobs of angry people looking at each other's angry faces, and that make them angrier. And I'm sorry, Brian, because I like you now, but maybe me and my friends will step on your jaw and steal your jewelry. Yes, please.
How many organized angry mobs in France since 1789 have you seen take off the head of rich people or set Rolls Royce on fire?
I'm sorry, sir. I said organized. It doesn't make much of a difference. It's just the idea of an angry crowd coming at just a tiny portion of people. And it would be, well, so what would happen? It would just be like when they beheaded people during the French Revolution, as Aurélien said as well. Mr. Morrissey, I understand your disbelief in the possibility of a revolution. The French aristocrats did not believe it would happen either, but I think retrospectively they would have appreciated a heads up 10 years in advance to avoid the heads off of 1789. Now, Mr. Way, you said moving to England is bad for millionaires, but tell me, what could possibly be worse than the guillotine? You talked about the riots in London. We had the same in 2005. And when you felt fear, we felt indifference. Because we know that it is not actually a revolution. No, thank you. Millionaires should escape while there is time, and they should go to England because the English will be happy, as my colleague Matthew emphasized. And Mr. Squirrel, When you have money, you can import things. So Bryony will invite you to a beautiful meal, and maybe she'll show you her lingerie afterwards. Millionaires should escape to England also because when we, the 99%, turn into a hurdle of rabid pit bulls, we'll chase them everywhere on the continent. But at least we won't be able to swim across the sea to go to England. In the end, millionaires should escape to England if they don't want to be slaughtered in the near future, but also to allow France to start afresh as the republic it was meant to be, without a clique of millionaires at the top maintaining oligarchic functioning. Things going where they're going will soon need a clear slate to trigger real hope and have a chance at redressing our economy. Please adopt the motion.
Thank you, Pierre.